You want to create good content, but you just do not know how to go about doing it. Well, today I want to share with you a few tips or strategies you can follow or at least keep in the back of your mind when you are creating content for your own online business. Now, one thing I want to point out before moving on is that there is a fine line between creating great content and not so great content. So by using some of the following three tactics that I'm going to share with you today, you can take your so-so content and make it great. Now, my first suggestion is to always write conversationally. Conversational content is written with that more personal tone of voice, just as if you were writing or talking to a friend. You are writing from an informal stance or perspective. Now, this means you want to take your article, a blog post, or a report and specifically word it as if you were having a conversation with a friend. So, as an example, instead of saying something like, hey, business people write content, you would say, you write content. So, therefore, you're writing in more of an active voice, not coming from the passive side. Now, additionally, do not be afraid to use contractions because this not only helps you sound conversational, but it makes you come across more personable. Now, another suggestion is to remove the fluffy words from your content. Those are those kind of words that end in the ly. And my last suggestion here is, and don't overdo this, but add short sentences for impact. Now, they may be grammatically incorrect, but they do serve a purpose. My next tip is to embrace your personality and your voice. Your personality and voice are some of the biggest assets you have. They are going to help you differentiate yourself from the masses. So stay true to yourself and do not create another persona. Now, this isn't the best of examples because sarcasm is difficult to pull off and you can come across with a negative tone, causing you to lose more followers than the number you can possibly gain. But the point I'm making is that if you're sarcastic by nature, then your content should be sarcastic. Or if you're more of a sentimental type of individual, then let your content reflect that. So when you come across as writing from a natural point of view, the task is much easier because you are embracing your personality and not that of another. Now, all of this leads to you creating great content that not only helps you personally, but it's going to help you strengthen and create your own brand awareness. Now, this is a suggestion, and you can use this as a homework exercise. But work through the content of writers you follow or often read and see how they go about expressing their voice and their personality. And as a rule of thumb, you are attracted to people who have a similar attributes and writing styles as yourself. Now, lastly, we're going to move on to readability. Now, ensure that your content is easy to read. Be clear and concise and avoid industry jargon and use of the big words, because using big words, it makes you look less credible and confident. And sometimes showing how smart you are isn't always the best strategy for building trust. Another consideration is, and if it takes considerable effort to read what you are discussing, people will turn out. Now, from a formatting perspective, don't allow the reader to navigate through large blocks of black text. Use plenty of white space because in today's world, most content is being scanned by the reader, not read word for word. So, secondly, with the majority of the content being consumed on mobile devices, you want to keep your paragraphs short. Again, in terms of formatting, don't get carried away with this, but using underlined, bulleted, and bolded words where appropriate will get your readers' attention and their eyes to focus on your main points. Now, too much of this will get the reader distracted and defeats the point of the exercise to begin with. So, therefore, keep your formatting simple. And by simple formatting, I'm referring to the bold and underlined headings and or subheadings I just mentioned. Now, another way you can make it easy to read is to include bullet points or numbers, but I would not do the combination of both. So, as I mentioned earlier, look at other people's content. Find out what you like and what you dislike in terms of formatting. Remember, if this is an area that you are trying to improve on, content creation, and anywhere else for that matter, you need to become a student and not just someone consuming content. So hopefully by learning a few of these simple content strategies I just mentioned, you can generate the results you're looking for. Additionally, the benefits of creating great content or having a great content strategy, you will see an increase in your incoming links and more readers will visit your site. And this is all going to lead to an increase in traffic. This increase in traffic means more customers. So there you have it. The better your content, the faster you'll be able to grow your business and increase your chances of success.